Welcome, everyone, to Dicks, Dorks, and Destinies. I'm your host, Chapel, and I'm here with the Kid and Crash today, and we're talking about music.
Okay.
It's like where you want to start.
I don't know. I mean, we just had a malfunction, so
Yeah,
rolling
yeah.
take two.
Yeah. Yeah, for our audience, we started this, and then the application that was supposed to be recording on their end was not doing so we had to start over. Crash, this is yours, and now you're not eating.
No, I'm not. I just finished.
Okay. So what got you on this idea?
Yeah, just listening to some new stuff I found.
Anything good?
Sleep Token, not to be mistaken with Sleep Theory, but both those bands are good.
That's fair. Let's see here.
Because Sleep Token's album was 12 songs and it was over an hour long.
How many songs?
12.
Over an hour?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Nah.
It's like 5 minutes a song.
Hey, when you're inside the truck stacking, you got a playlist for two different 30 minutes.
Look, all I'm saying is that I remember when Slipknot's Volume 3 came out, and that was an hour long. And I loved that album, although it was relatively short. Of course, I also remember, albums were started out very short because you didn't have a lot of recording tape that you could fit, and then they got longer. But now, like, it's hard to find stuff, in my opinion, stuff that's actually good.
Well, it's still the mathematics side of it. That was a 12-song album for an hour. We ended up with like fucking 15, 16-song album for an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
And Metallica had 2 songs that was an hour.
Yeah. Well, I remember, what was that? Master of Puppets had 8 songs on the album, but it was almost an hour because almost all of them were between 7 to 11 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's like, man, does this song ever end?
I was not thinking that. I was enjoying it. If the song would end and I was like, that was 7 minutes long, or that was 11 minutes long. What? That's fantastic.
I mean, you've got bands like fucking. I'm gonna mention this one in particular, Cradle of Filth. One song, it was fucking amphetamine, and that motherfucker, depending on which version you got, was like fucking 3, 4, 5 minutes long, up to fucking like I think 12.
So there's the Nymphetamine Fix, which is just the middle part of the actual song. That's the one everyone's familiar with the woman singing and it being kind of soft. No one's really familiar with Nymphetamine Overdose, which is the 11-minute version of the song that has 2 like super fast, super hard sections in front and behind the section that everyone's familiar with.
No, I'm familiar with both of them, so.
Yeah, but that's my fault. It's not like he would have went out looking for it, thinking that song was totally different than what people thought.
I wouldn't really say it was 100% your fault, but okay, we'll give you enough credit of it though.
It was the kid's fault I threw away a CD. You can only hear a Twisted Transistor for so many times in a 5-minute span.
Oh my god!
Hey.
Before you just like, I'm chucking this out the window.
Yeah, see, that's the beautiful thing about that is, I was the cause for that Korn CD to go out the window. And then you were screwed whenever MP3s came in, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, I get the impression that for some reason I get the impression that if you had listened to that song one more time, you would have broken somebody or crashed your car into something else.
Uh, I had to enjoy my handiwork, which was setting up his sound system. Feed me Taco Bell and get me a Dr. Pepper. That was the going rate for installation of a radio, amp, speaker wires, speakers, the whole 9 yards. And not just that, he had to replace the fucking factory sound, the factory speakers in the doors because they're just not sounding right.
They didn't. Factory speakers did not sound right.
No, and because they weren't meant to play music that loudly.
Well, he did say he used to hear me right before I got to his house.
Yeah.
Dude, I would hear you like maybe half a mile down the fucking road.
Like, I'd be at my mom's house and hear you at the bridge like half a mile away.
Hey, what are you going to do?
Turn down the volume?
Like I said, with Twisted Transistor, all I gotta say is I was enjoying my handiwork in helping you with your fucking car sound system. Should have never, ever put in anything like that had that type of bass. And the thing of it is you never really spent an absolute asinine amount of money just to get a fucking killer sound system.
And the thing is, I bought 1 amp at the flea market.
Yeah. Yeah. Flea market. Always good for cheap stuff.
Exactly. I never believed in going to those stores and paying them $2,000 to $3,000 to put stuff in.
That's the thing is, in your car we installed basically a fucking $4,000 to $5,000 sound system for like what, under $1,000.
Well, the one I had in the white car was, I think altogether, less than $300. Because that's counting the amp, the speakers, and that box I bought off your cousin, or your dad's cousin. $30. Speakers were $50. Amp was like, okay, so maybe under $400.
It's not even $500 when we had a sound system in that car that was, I can guarantee you, was at least $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
At a sound system shop, just for them. That's buying it all and having them installing it, and even when they installed it, you still ran the risk of it being fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the last system I had was 2 kicker 10s, the 800 watt amp Pioneer I bought at Walmart, and then whatever I spent on the door speakers, and 4 gauge Rockford Fosgate amp wires that my cousin gave me. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to check out Sleep Token. I haven't listened to them before, so.
Oh, trust me, yeah.
Sleep Token's a pretty good band. I mean,
yeah. I'll not tell you what the single is.
I keep up with newer bands that are in the same genre that we've always listened to. Well, I'd say we always listen to, but we have pretty much listened to the same genre for over the years. But yeah they're a newer band. I unlike Crash, I don't keep up with all the new bands, but I do keep up with a good few of them.
I'm pretty familiar with it. I know some people that listen to Sleep Token, so it's not like I haven't heard of them before, but I've just never listened to any of their stuff. Of course, it, you know.
Take Me Back to Eden
Okay.
is one of them.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
I mean, you've got them. Let's see. I got a few on a list that I know that I can get into.
I mean, you
that
probably can. No, this you need to listen to the Summoning. It's off the same album.
Okay.
Take Me Back to Eden.
So let's see. Well, I mean, I'm not going to go into that one considering the fact they're not exactly new, but they came up with a new album, which was Seven Dust.
Yeah, they've been around
Seven Dust has been around for a while.
a while.
A while.
I will shoot you.
Is that the same thing as Cool Whip?
See, whip. Cool whip. I can do
will
that.
murder you.
That won't be a problem. I can edit that out.
But Falling in Reverse is one of the bands.
Yeah, they did the reimagine of the Papa Roach song.
And Bad Omens are another.
Mhm.
They're two of the newest bands that came out in the genre that we listen to, and I kind of like their music.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't. I've listened to Falling in Reverse. Some of their stuff's okay. I don't like a whole lot of it, but I think it's just a what is that? I think it's just a personality thing. Like I don't enjoy a lot of the music that they kind of fall into. But that also might be that also might be because I haven't heard a whole lot from them.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is with most of the music that I listen to, because there's a lot of songs out there that I just don't fucking listen to, because to me it just doesn't click melodically in my fucking brain. Unlike Crash, who likes to download entire albums and listen to the entire album.
Hey, you gotta have stacking music. Can't just have a bunch of singles.
Speaking of newer music, have either of you listened to the new Avenged Sevenfold stuff?
Yes.
I got it downloaded.
So like I've seen some mixed opinions on it, and when I first was listening to it, I didn't like it. Like it was just like I'm not really feeling this. But the more I listened to it, the more I enjoyed it and picked up on little things here and there that I didn't notice before. Although I gotta say, probably my favorite song off of that entire album is Nobody.
Yeah, that's the single they've been playing.
Yeah, that and Mattel and Cosmic are really, really good.
But you're getting a little bit further with them than I am. I mean, I've heard of the one that you just mentioned, the single, but I mean, hell, it's a lot for me to keep up with a lot of the bands that I like listening to. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, Seven Dust, they're an old band. They're older than fucking Avenged Sevenfold, and they just released a new album. And I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And I think there's something
Corey Taylor's
about.
to,
Go ahead, Corey Taylor.
about to drop his second one.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did go solo. Well, I wouldn't say really he went solo. He just Slipknot's not making any from what him and Sean are Clown have told news media and everything else, Slipknot's not done. They're just done making new music.
I don't think that's true because what I've heard is that they have decided to take Slipknot in a new direction, and that is they want to make it a brand like Kiss is a brand, and them not necessarily like always be there. Like they will replace themselves eventually. Eventually, all the original members are going to be replaced. Is the idea?
Well, I
about to say
mean,
Kiss just
the thing of
retired.
it is, you know, Sean is getting up there. Well, I mean, they're all getting up there in
Yeah.
age, but most people don't know who Sean is, and he's literally Clown, the motherfucker who has dressed in a clown mask for every fucking album.
Yeah. Well, the thing is so Sean is also a big producer for music, a producer for music videos. He does he does directing on music videos. And I think he does some other stuff on the side too, but I don't know what that is. I know he does I know he was like the director for creating like some of the Slipknot like music DVDs for their concerts and
Yeah.
stuff. So he's like directed DVD creation and stuff like that.
I know that him, Corey, and Gray were three of the founding of the nine.
Yeah,
That
well,
were,
so I think we can all agree after Gray died, everything changed. It was not the same after that.
when Gray passed away, it hit Corey and Sean a hell of a lot harder than it hit everyone else. I mean, the whole band was devastated.
Yeah.
But Corey and Sean took it a little bit harder than what they did.
And I think Corey got him tattooed on his leg.
Yeah.
And then, well, I mean, with that, you've got them. Sean is one of the two percussionists, not the drummer.
Yeah.
Sean is he's enjoying doing shows, but it's starting to take a toll on his health. Corey stated that Slipknot as a whole, yeah, like you said, as a brand, they want to make Slipknot a brand. Slipknot as a whole is not done. They just don't know if they're going to make any newer music. They're going to continue to tour. They're going to continue to do shows and so on and so forth. He's still going to be Corey's still going to be doing shit with Stone Sour, but he's more focusing on a solo career as a singer and songwriter and producer and all that shit, while still doing all that shit. So that was his whole reasoning behind his solo project, CMFT.
Yeah,
which stands for Corey motherfucking Taylor.
Yeah. No, it's interesting that you say that, because the reason that the whole brand thing came up was that was done during a response to them being asked questions over them firing Tortilla Man.
Oh, I mean, they fire whoever the fuck they want to fire. They replace whoever the fuck they want to replace.
Yeah, the thing is that he was considered probably the only drummer that was good enough to replace Joey.
Did you say Tortilla Man?
Yeah, that was his stage name.
Okay. Just make sure I heard that right.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, he's fuck. What's his name? He's one of the fucking guitarists, like brother or brother-in-law or some shit like that.
Hang on, let me look. I'm gonna look this up. Let's see. Michael Pfaff.
Oh,
Oh, okay. He's like best friends with Sid Wilson.
yeah. You're talking about Jay.
Yeah.
Or Tortilla Man, whatever the fuck you want to call him. I'll admit, Jay did step up in replacing Joey,
Wait.
but you still can't hold a candle to what Joey did.
No. And the thing is I think I'm confused here because from what I'm reading, he didn't replace Joey. He replaced Chris Fain. And Chris was the one who left the band in 2019 when he sued the band.
Yeah, I mean,
He worked
gotta
there
get
for
famous some way, somehow.
Well, no, he it wasn't that he wasn't famous. It was that he was suing specifically Corey and Sean because they were making merchandising sales and doing things that had been legally agreed that they wouldn't do and not include the band in it. And he was not, and he was suing because he had not been included in that.
Yeah, oh well. I mean, in other news, though, I find it funny that Sean, his son, and Corey's son made a band together.
Who was that? Or what band was that, rather?
Oh, fuck, hold on. Let's see. I guess it's called Vended. Vended.
Vended.
Hadn't heard of him.
It's him and Sean together with a few other people.
I may have to check them out too. They seem to be fairly popular.
Yeah, Vended, I guess, is Corey Taylor and Sean Crahan's sons. And Griffin is, I think, lead vocals, and I don't remember where Sean's son falls into the band.
Yeah.
I'll give a rundown of it real quick. Vended is an American heavy metal band led by vocalist and son of Slipknot's Corey Taylor, Griffin Taylor, and the band is co-founded by drummer and son of Slipknot's Sean Crahan, Simon Crahan. They're from Des Moines. And there are 5 members in the band, and 2 of them belong to famous fathers that I know of. I don't know about the other guys. So, I mean, basically, you've got sort of Slipknot Jr. going on.
Yeah. Jay Weinberg, yeah. Jay was the one I was talking about.
Jay was the replacement for Joey. When because Joey stepped away because of...
No, he didn't step away. He was fired.
Oh, Joey was fired?
Joey was fired because of drug problems. Joey denied that. But then part of his death had to do with like drugs and overdosing.
I thought he stepped away after the Great Chapters because of health concerns and shit.
No. Joey was like fired over an email. I'll have to go back and double check on that. Don't quote me on that because I don't know if I'm right. But Joey was fired, and it was definitely said that Joey had parted ways with the band, was the band's official statement. And Joey replied with, "This has been my life for 18 years. I did not quit Slipknot."
Oh, well, I mean...
They broke up over text.
Yeah.
That's some shit when you're that famous and you can break up over text.
Well, I mean, when your 18-year relationship breaks up over text, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's not you. It's us. We got to work on ourselves.
But no, and a lot of people don't know this, but Jay Weinberg is like the son of Bruce Springsteen.
Yep.
The boss.
Oh, I'm sorry. He is the son of Bruce Springsteen's drummer, Max Weinberg. My bad. Yeah, no. That's
2 different things.
Yeah. Yeah, that they are definitely different things. He is not. He is also not part of Slipknot anymore.
Nah, I don't know what happened with him, but I know after... what was that last album that they had? Drawing a blank on it. Either way, the last album that they released, there was some bullshit going on there, and they parted ways with him. And that's also around the time that Corey was working on his solo shit, so...
It's called The End So Far.
Yeah. Yeah, The End So Far. Yeah, and... and, like... Jay did not know that he had been fired until Slipknot had posted the information on Instagram that had happened. Like, that's, like, God damn it, guys. Sean, that's insulting, man. Fuck. Call some fucking people. Jesus. I mean, maybe they did call and talk to him ahead of time, but
I mean, they broke up with another drummers that way, so might as well just keep with the trend. Just keep breaking up with your drummers over text message.
No, that's not a good trend. That's not a good trend. And you know what? The thing is I haven't heard Sean's side of that, so I can't make any kind of final judgments on that. You know, you want to hear at least both sides out before you make any kind of real decision there.
Well, I mean, you know, we get what we get at times.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised, fucking, because we just talked about him not too long ago. I'm actually surprised Avenged Sevenfold is still going steady.
I'm about to say it's been a while since they put something out.
It's not also not. Well, you've also got to take in consideration too that fucking. I mean, it's been a while since Rev passed away as well. So
yeah. Well, I mean, what's this new album? Life Is But a Dream just came out, and that was a 7-year development, or it came out 7 years after the previous album, which was 7 years ago. What the hell did they put out 7 years ago? I'll have to look it up.
Was it the one with the king or something? I don't know.
I think it was fucking Nightmare.
No, I don't. It wasn't Nightmare because Hell to the King came out after that.
Oh wait, that's right. Hell to the King came.
And that was not the one, because when I fucking lived at your fucking place, kid, we were listening to Nightmare and Hell to the King, so that was 10 fucking years ago. More than 10 years ago now.
Then you got some bands that drop an album seems like every other year.
Yeah, sure.
That's because COVID happened, so they have a bunch of music stored up.
Isn't that what Ozzy did?
I don't know. That's probably
Diamonds in the Rough. Diamonds in the Rough was the last album that came out. And that was a really good album, in my opinion, as well.
Because I know Ozzy put out that one with Post Malone.
Yeah.
Off that album.
Yeah, but no, during COVID, he actually made a bunch of music with other people, and was just he was making the vocals and stuff, sending that to different band members, and having them make the chords and the drums and all that other stuff, and they would mix it together.
It was Diamonds in the Rough.
I'm pretty sure it was Diamonds in the Rough.
I'm looking at their 7th studio album. It says The Stage, released in 2016.
Hang on.
Song Wish You Were Here is their #1 released out a song.
Yeah, it's The Stage.
Because you've got City of Evil, and there's 2 other albums before City of Evil, but no one really listens to those. And then you got their self-titled album, Avenged Sevenfold. And then you had Nightmare, Hell to the King, and it says The Stage and Life Is But a Dream.
Let's see. Maybe it's just an old one and I didn't know it up until recently. Oh no. A bunch of their stuff is previously unreleased. Diamonds in the Rough CD. is they put it
Live
out.
in the LBC and Diamonds in the Rough. Release date September 16th, 2008.
Yeah, in Canada, Ireland, Japan, New Zealand, Scottish. I don't know. I had not heard anything from Diamonds in the Rough until 2020.
You a little behind then.
Oh, you tell me. Have you ever heard of other than maybe Set Me Free? Have you heard of St. James, Crossroads, Demons, Girl I Know, Until the End was pretty old.
No, I'm just
Or
kidding. I know.
or Dancing Dead.
Nope.
Like
I
until
mean, hell,
20
there's one in here that says 2018 Black Rain. I never seen or heard anything about that one.
Yeah, I don't remember Black Rain. I remember Acid Rain by Avenged Sevenfold, which I thought was another pretty good one.
The radio's usually set to channel 37 octane, so
Okay, so they've got 8 studio albums, 1 live album, 2 compilation albums, 2 video albums, 29 music videos, 24 singles, and 1 soundtrack. But according to this, their whole shit. Their first titled album was Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, released July 24th, 2001. Waking the Fallen released August 26th, 2003. City of Evil, which is the one that almost everybody's familiar with, released June 6, 2005.
Yeah, I think the Black Rain was a that's a collection of their Call of Duty songs.
And then you've got their self-titled album, which is the one that's white with the black skull and bat wings, released October 30th, 2007. Nightmare released July 27th, 2010. Hail to the King released August 27th, 2013. The Stage is what they've got set up on this one. Released October 28th, 2016. And then the last album released last year, Life is But a Dream, in June 2nd, 2023.
Yeah,
I got fucking an asslet of singles, though.
yeah, they do.
Unholy Confessions, 2004. Burn It Down with also in Bat Country, both in 2005. Beast and the Harlot, 2006. Then you've got Walk, Critical Acclaim, and Almost Easy in 2007. Afterlife, Crossroads, Dear God in 2008. Nightmare, Welcome to the Family, 2010. So Far Away, Not Ready to Die, 2011. Carry On, and that's from fucking Black Ops, 2012. Hell to the King was 2013, along with Shepherd of Fire. The Stage in 2016. Goddamn Wish You Were Here, 2017. Mad Hatter 2018, Set Me Free 2020, Nobody and Mattel in 2023.
Yeah.
And Nobody's the one that you were just talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, yeah, to be honest with you, their music, what it seems to me is like, I know the whole band was affected of Rev passing away.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what's going on with that as far as them releasing music. I would hate for them to go and just completely just like fall apart. Because I enjoy their music.
Yeah.
I still remember whenever City of Evil came out. That's bad.
I loved that album. Not a lot of people do, but I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, I loved it. I fucking loved that album. I loved quite a few songs off that album.
You know the one song everybody still loves today?
What?
What would that be?
Freebird.
Well, I mean, you know, Leonard Skinner did make a awesome fucking hit, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But yeah. I think.
That's the thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's the thing about music and bands and everything else. And people, I don't like this band. I don't like that band. Music is universally spoken at this point.
Unless it was the rap a couple years ago when it was mumbled.
That was unfortunate.
I mean, aside from rap and this new, after a certain time frame, rap, even though people can say rap has never been better, it's actually been a hell of a lot worse than it could ever be. Because now it's just them repeating the same phrase over and over again, mumbling into the microphone so no one can understand you. It's almost like a fucking someone dumped something in the Kool-Aid and started passing the shit around, and now everyone's hooked on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can make millions of dollars.
And there's some rap out there that I can actually enjoy, but it's few and far between.
The only rapper I listen to is NF.
Do what?
NF.
Sorry, I thought he was
But,
making a joke. Never mind.
No, it's actually a dude out there.
Yeah, no. Once I realized what you were actually saying, I was like, oh, okay, he's talking about NF, not the music or the rap he specifically listens to is NF.
Yeah,
like it's in like the chord that they play in is in an F.
I haven't really listened to rap in years. And the whole new hip hop bullshit as well. I mean, when you fall in that category and you have a number one song called WAP,
then you're complaining about something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't objectify me with my WAP.
that Wasquy Wabbit got away.
Some stuff, I don't know. Honestly,
That's the reason why I stick to fucking rock.
Yeah.
Rock never really disappoints me and lets me down.
Well, it also doesn't seem to be self-absorbed either, at least in the music.
Nah.
I mean, the only thing that disappointed me there for a little bit, and it of course has been rectified and corrected, was Theory of the Dead Man dropped of the Dead Man and became the Theory, and then they regained of the Dead Man. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put an album out. It's called Dinosaur.
Yeah, I think I've heard a couple off of that. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Then Nickelback dropped a new one.
Yeah,
Really about
everyone
time
was
for-
ecstatic about Nickelback dropping a new album, and I'm like, wait, isn't Chad Kroger a little too old for this shit right now?
If Corey's not, he's not. And if Danny Filth, as old as his ass is not too old to be doing the shit that he's doing, they are definitely not too old. Because
Also, you still got Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica.
Well, I mean, Ozzy released a new album not too long ago, so I was like, okay, nah, yeah, fuck it, I don't care anymore. You
Yeah.
know what? Let's just dig up all the old artists who've gone away and force them into the album to create new shit.
I did not remember that Cut the Cord was on that album. I was going through my Shinedown collection.
yeah.
I mean, you are a diehard fanboy for Shinedown, so.
Well, I mean, Shinedown's a pretty good band. I'm pretty diehard for fucking Seether though, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah.
I'm more for Seether than I am Shinedown, but I love Shinedown too. So I mean, I'm not making fun of either one of us.
No, that last album Seether put out, that Parabellum,
Yup.
Yeah,
I like that Dead and Gone
yeah.
and Beg. I used to ride around at the last job when they let me have a Bluetooth speaker playing Beg.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I was all excited whenever Disturbed released a new fucking album.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed Disturbed too. On Seether, man, I was a big fan of the Poison the Parish album. That was a great album. Hey, we got a little bit of time left. How do you guys feel about Ghost? They're stupidly popular.
Yeah, Dance.
The band Ghost.
Yeah.
No, the Ghost.
Like the
you
one,
see
like.
that
Well, I
haunts
mean,
you.
don't even, because when he says,
Or it's
"How do
the-
you feel about the Ghost?" and
or it's TV shows.
my brain automatically jumps to fucking the scene with Patrick Swayze and Timmy Moore creating a fucking clay pot. Okay.
So he likes it, Chapel.
Yeah. That's the answer there. He likes it.
I'm trying to bring back everything to my head as far as this band is concerned, and
It's the ones that pop out of the corner and go, boo.
they're the ones that did the song Square Hammer.
Yeah.
And Dance
Okay.
Macabre.
Yeah. Dance
Something like
Macabre.
that.
They're the ones that are the self-proclaimed Satanists who perform music.
That is okay. So
Have you seen the way they dress? They're Catholic
Yeah.
priests.
So no, the idea is that they're not that they're actual Satanists. They are, instead of just being like a band, they're like a performance. And part of the performance is that they're like this satanistic cult that like influences the government and stuff. And each time, and the lead singer is like supposedly the embodiment of the Antichrist. And that's why every new album he keeps getting reshaped into something different, because he's always trying to be young.
Well, I mean,
That's why, like in the I can't remember which album it was, but it was the one that the first single off of it was Rats. And if you watch carefully in the music videos, the lead singer or the lead singer's outfit in that album, he was wearing a rubber mask the entire time. And you really couldn't tell because it looked really, real realistic. And then on top of that, it had all the makeup applied to that mask.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of have a dual kind of
for what they are. I like them. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, I kind of have a dual kind of enjoyment of them because on one side, I really enjoy like the content and that the stuff they make is actually really intelligently made. But as a Christian, it's against everything I believe. So
it's against your religion.
It's against everything I believe. I mean, and especially like with their most recent album, they have a single called oh, I can't remember. But basically it's about the idea of the song is that Jesus was a hypocrite and that he encourages hypocrisy. And I do not like that because that's not the case, and anyone who has actually read the Bible would know that.
I mean, if you got a gimmick, run with it.
Yeah, Call Me Little Sunshine was I actually enjoyed that. But again, you know, he's Call Me Little Sunshine. He's talking about he's the morning star.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you got a gimmick, run with it.
Yeah.
And as far as a gimmicky band goes, they're one of the best.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like going back to like how they dress and stuff. The Ghouls, which is the band members, they used to just wear like blank masks, and now they wear like helmets that look like bugs, and that might have changed since the last time I checked. But the Ghouls have been slowly evolving as well, and not being the same representation of what they started as.
You're speaking of something like them, a band that you and I know all too well, Chapel. They released new music, and I'm really loving their shit still.
Which band are we talking about?
Avatar.
I like the newer Avatar stuff, actually. Okay, so the older stuff that they have, I did not like as much. Like, I felt it was very disjointed. Because, well, you know, one of the big reasons why I like Avenged Sevenfold is because I like harmonies of the different instruments mixing together. And Avatar did not do that very well. They're doing it better now, but they didn't do that very well when they started.
Right.
But no, like I like the newer stuff that I've heard from them. I was disappointed with. Okay, so as I've grown to appreciate lyricism more and more, my fandom of Mushroomhead has dropped more and more because they're not very good on. Whoever writes their songs writes 2 lines, and that's the whole fucking song. The only time that didn't happen was with Solitaire Unraveling.
As far as they are concerned, I don't fucking remember the last thing of them that I liked. Really listened to.
I know they've had some they've had some new stuff come out. And like the videos look amazing. Like they're high quality, they look great. But like if you listen to the lyrics, it's like 2 lines from the lead singer, two
The
lines
Righteous
from.
and the Butterfly was the last album that I actually listened to.
Yeah.
A Wonderful Life, not so much.
Yeah.
Because basically after well, A Wonderful Life it's basically just Jay. Jay's the only one still there.
Yeah. They got a female singer with them now, and I actually like her. She's amazing. Um
Yeah, she's the one that replaced a few others.
yeah. I know Jeffrey Nothing left the band. Um
Jeffrey left, fucking Waylon left.
no, Waylon, they kicked Waylon out.
Oh, Waylon left.
Was he I know he had some big disagreements with the band.
Waylon released his own shit and basically told them since Jay's back, he's not needed. He's going to go do his own shit. And well, actually, the whole thing behind that, Waylon stated that they brought Jay back. They had this beautiful envisionment of all three of them together, and during the whole Butterfly album, Waylon was feeling less and less like a member of a group and more of a backup singer.
Yeah.
So he parted ways with Mushroom Head.
Yeah, I know that that when J-Man first came back, they did that album together with the three of them. I can't remember the name of it, but it had 1200 on it. And to me, that was
Righteous and the Butterfly.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was after that.
Hey, you should check out a band.
Oh
called
no,
it
was Beautiful Stories for Ugly Children.
Yeah, it was. That one probably was the last one that had any more lyricism than just 2 or 3 lines for one person. What was that, Crash?
I said one band you probably need to check out if you hadn't heard, In This Moment.
Dude, we used to listen to In This Moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard their new stuff?
I don't know if I've heard anything new from them.
I showed that shit to my wife, and she absolutely adores In This Moment.
Yeah.
Well, I had somebody go, you got any Britney Spears? I was like, if you ask me if I got Britney Spears one more time, I'm going to play you something. And I played In This Moment. I'm not your whore. And she's like, that's not Britney Spears. I said, I don't have Britney Spears.
Well, in that case, if she asks you for Britney Spears, next thing you should do is play her New Year's Day.
I would, but I don't work with her anymore.
You should play her arch enemy. Oh, I'm sorry, arch enemy.
Well, that new single they put out, my wife heard it and she goes, what are they saying? So she looked up the lyrics. She goes, yep, that's what I thought they were saying.
I mean, Maria Brink really doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's her music, her way, how she likes it, so. I mean, she is the band, basically. I mean, she does have guitarists and a drummer, but they all fall in line with what Mama Maria has to say.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of dudes who get to fucking be on stage with a hot chick and be her fucking security team.
Maybe. Maybe. there's nothing that says that that's necessarily true.
Well, I'm not saying that it's actually true, considering the fact the last thing I heard about her before the new album release was that she got with some guy who's in one of the fucking band members of Dead. DED, Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And they were together. That, and she changed her whole aesthetic because she seen a bunch of girls at a concert. She's like, when I'm saying a bunch of girls, we're talking about under like fucking 16 and older than 10 dressing like her. So she changed her aesthetic on that one.
Yeah.
And then slowly started bringing her aesthetic back.
Well, the thing is like, you know, I can see where she's coming from because she wants to.
She's really influential when it comes to the music scene and females in the music industry. And what she didn't want to do was make females think that you had to follow the ideology of sexualizing.
Yeah, well, the thing is
That
she wants the freedom of that sexualization, but she doesn't want that to influence the people that are fans of her into thinking that they should dress that way, and not especially if they want to dress that way and not expect some kind of negative attention from people that they don't want that from. All right, guys, I think that's it. We are
Dang,
at our
that
time.
flew by.
It did fly by. All right. So to everyone listening, thank you. Please like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to see next. Let us know what you want to hear next. We're always here. We're always checking up on comments and stuff, and we're going to be having some guests come on pretty soon. We got a couple people lined up they're close friends of ours, wanted to join the podcast. They'll be around for like 1, maybe 2 episodes randomly. Nothing's really set up yet, but we'll see you soon. You guys have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.